Hi all, this is Shruti from Mommy Knows It All. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing my toddlers' favorite books from Usborne publishers. Basically, the Usborne books are from the UK, but now we can buy them also on Amazon. All these books are really engaging and intellectual, and they're in a question and answer format. So basically, you lift the flap and look at the answer to your question. And being a mom of toddlers between the age group of 3 to 6, we know the countless amount of questions they ask in a day. Why is the sky blue? Why do the birds fly and whatnot? So a lot of these absurd questions, I mean, the answers to which you don't know yourself. You'll be astonished that there's so many facts that you had no idea about, but you end up learning with your own child. So without further ado, let's check out 3 of my favorite Usborne books. So the first book is Usborne, Look Inside Your Body. It's an amazing book with beautiful illustrations about what all happens inside our bodies, our bones, our muscles, our digestive system, our cardiovascular system. So let's just go ahead and open it up. Look at how beautiful just the cover is. My son keeps on staring at the cover and asking me a million questions about what is this, what is that, why are the bones visible, blah blah blah. So anyway, let's just go ahead and open it up. Look at how beautiful the illustrations are. So for instance, I'm just gonna open up one of my son's favorite pages. So this page is about eating food and how the food travels down a tube and comes into your stomach, gets churned, and finally comes out as a waste. So it's really interesting. Basically, under mouth, it's written the teeth crush your food, so it's mushy enough to swallow. Your body needs a lot of different types of foods to work properly, and the kind of foods which you would find in your fridge. And what does a stomach really do? There are juices which add here to mush up your food even more, and how your food travels through coiled up tubes called intestines, and how it comes out as waste. So basically, an interesting fact I was reading about the intestines to my son. Basically, my son is more interested in this book than my daughter. So yeah, as I was reading to him, I'd already read it before to him when it came first. So he immediately goes, Mom, our intestine is the size of a baby whale. I said, how did you know that? He said, I remember from the last time you read. So, yep, exactly. So basically, if you uncoil the intestines, it's as big as a baby whale, as long basically. So yeah, my point here being, while you may feel that certain things are going above your child's head, they are retaining at least 20 to 30% of the stuff that you're reading to them, and which is adding to their knowledge bank. So yeah, don't underestimate your child. They are way smarter than what probably we used to be at their age. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up maybe another page. So yeah, finally my son knows what a heart is for. Though he was not agreeing with me that this is a heart, because a heart is shaped differently when you draw it. So yeah, so now he knows that the heart pumps blood to our body, and what are the red veins and what are the blue veins. So yep, he is learning a lot from this book, and he loves this book. He basically enjoys it to the core because of all these lift the flap question and answer interactive way it illustrates. So I'll just quickly go through the book, a few more pages. Stuff like there are about 50 muscles in your face, and stuff like who has more bones, a child or a grown-up, and what do muscles do, how do they work. It is really, really, really interesting, and this is about the brain. What all functions does the brain do? The balancing, hearing, dancing, different parts of brain are in charge of different jobs. So it is really, really cute. I'm not gonna go through the entire book, but you can just have a cursory glance. Yep, that's about it. Fabulous book. Absolutely love this book. The second book is Lift the Flap Question and Answers about animals. Let's go ahead and open this up. So yeah, this book is all about animals. The what, how, where, which, everything. So I'm just gonna read a few facts. For example, where do the polar bears go in summer? They wait for the ice to melt and they go further north to find more ice. Interesting. Where do the fish sleep? My daughter remembered this from my previous reading to her. So she said, "Mom, look, I am sleeping like a fish." She had her eyes open, and so yeah, she was right. Basically, fish don't have eyelids that close and they always look awake. So she had her eyes wide open and she was like, "Mom, look, I'm sleeping like a fish." So it's pretty interesting and astonishing how kids retain these facts if we tell them in a fun environment and in an interactive way. So yeah, I'm just gonna read two more things from this book. How do the crocodiles clean their teeth? I bet you don't know the answer to this. It's pretty interesting. They don't actually. They don't need cleaning because they fall out all the time and the new ones grow up underneath. How cool is that? And few more things about why. Why do millipedes have so many eggs? They basically have about 1,000 feet. And yep, probably to help them burrow underground. Oh yeah, this one is really interesting, and this is again something my kids remember every time I open this flap. Why are the flamingos pink? Because as baby flamingos they're white, and as and when they grow up they have a lot of shrimps and grow pink. Their diet is primarily composed of shrimps, which has a red-orange pigment that turns the feather pink. Really, really interesting stuff. This book is a bank of amazing question and answers about animals. I cannot emphasize enough how much fun it is and how much my kids enjoy reading this book. It is a must for kids about 3 years old. So yeah, few more facts like which bird has the longest wings. I bet you don't know the answer to this as well. I didn't. It is actually a wandering albatross. Which animal is the most venomous? It's an Australian box jellyfish. So basically you have to tell them the answers in your own words and make it more simple, simplify the answers in your own language, and they will remember it. Make it dramatic, make it fun, make it engaging. They would love this book. The third book is Lift the Flap Question and Answers about our world. I am more excited than my kids, trust me. Another gem of a book is this book about our world. Let me just read one fact from here. When. So basically, when can you see a shooting star? On a clear night, you can see it roughly every 15 minutes. Wow, that is really amazing. So basically, very interesting questions which come out and about in every child's mind. For example, when did the world begin? And where does the sky end? Where does the moon go in the morning, Mama? And where does the sun go at night, Mommy? So yeah, all the answers are there in this book in a simpler manner and in a very, very engaging manner. This is another question I had no answer to. Where does the oil come from? Let me just read out the answer to you. It is pretty interesting. Obviously, it comes from deep underground, but it is made from tiny sea plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. How cool is that? They died, they sank, and were covered up by sand and silt, and they turned into oil. Really amazing. Where is the tallest waterfall? And interesting stuff about what's inside the earth, what makes the volcano erupt, what's the point of recycling. Really good to make your child environmentally conscious. What is soil? And how high a plane can fly? How much of earth is covered in water? It is really interesting. I'm sorry for adding so many really, but trust me, this book is super fun. Yes or no? Do you know where these things are in the world? Are deserts always hot? Just lift the flap and you'll know your answer. Do all countries have ruler? Do all plants have flowers? Which city has the most people? Which animals live in towns? And which animals live in jungle? Really interesting stuff. Amazing book. Definitely these books are a must buy for all the toddlers. Well, that's about it. I'm going to be collecting some more books from Usborne, and as and when my kids get bored with these, which is not going to happen soon because there is so much to read inside these books. So yeah, I'm going to be getting more of their books and going to be sharing the review for all of them with you. And I hope you guys liked watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.